Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. Welcome to episode 6 of the WC build. In the last episode, you will have seen us painting the panelling, wallpapering the room with our gorgeous tropical wallpaper, wiring up the spotlights, and now you're about up to date on the progress. I'm not this short. He is stood on a step. Everybody says I'm short. I'm actually not. We're not far off in height, you know. It's a new episode, and in this episode I am going to be plastering this wall, which is the outside wall of the WC. But before I can do that, Lloyd is going to prep it for me. So he's already scrimmed all of the joints. What Lloyd is going to be doing is prepping this corner because, as you can see, there's no plasterboard on the other side. So Lloyd is going to be sorting this out. It's not quite as simple as a normal corner because we've got a small gap to the stringer of the stairs.
Yeah, that's left, so the plaster.
Start again.
She's cut me off. The gap is so the plasterboard can fit in it.
Yeah, but it's quite tight, isn't it?
Well, it's 12 mil.
I'll believe that when I see it.
Well, we'll jiggle it in there now. Well, we're going to sound slab these like we have here. I've done this bit before I plasterboarded from the other side. We'll do these two, them, and then I'm going to cut a piece of board and join it on this ceiling rafter there.
Which you can just about see.
The wall is square and the ceiling rafters were never put in square.
Very much not square.
Got this lip to encounter.
Yeah.
And I obviously couldn't build this not square because the stairs
are
has
square.
to be straight. We'll put a corner bead on this for you to plaster to, and then you can do that bit, can't you?
Yeah, we're just going to focus on this. I'm not going to be plastering the stairwell in this episode.
We don't want to finish in there.
No, as we said in the last episode, this is the eaves, which is where all of our wiring and stuff is. And as we haven't completely finished that, we've got some spotlights to add in here. The consumer unit is there. That's the biggest thing.
Well, we've got to keep getting back to it because we keep adding stuff
we're
in.
not quite finished with the electric board. What would you call it?
Yeah, consumer unit.
Consumer unit, and you know, we still have things to add in there. So that's why we're not going to focus on the stairway. But anyway, this is about the WC, so not to worry. Corner bead on this, that will be prepped for plaster. Then I'm going to also do this little section here. So Lloyd's going to fit the architrave onto this side of the door, and then it'll all be ready for me. Hopefully our plumber Mark is going to come this weekend to first fix the room. Second fix.
That's it, that's all that's left.
Second fix the room. We can, we've got lights as we showed in the last video. The next step then is literally just to get it working, add all of our brass hardware, fit the tap, toilet flush. We just ordered some of those accessories, and then it'll be ready for use. That'll be the end of the WC series. We'll have to start another one then. Plenty to do. First up is sorting out this corner bead to prepare for plaster. Let's get it!
Who says that?
The leak man.
Oh, yeah.
If you have a leak,
Let's get it.
let's get it. Does anybody get that? It's probably quite niche. So the sound slabbing is done. So that's all of this insulation stuff, which just insulates through the sound from the WC. So the next step now is for Lloyd to add the plasterboard to this and secure it on. Now the plasterboard is on here. Lloyd did this last night, and the next job is to just fit the architrave on this door here. But we've got the corner bead on, so this wall here is ready for plaster. So once that one's done, I can do them both at the same time. Next job on the list is to fit the architrave onto this door. Lloyd's gonna go ahead and do that now. And in the meantime, we have had a delivery of our bar stools, finally. So we've got these from Cult Furniture. So I'm gonna build these while Lloyd fits the architrave. Sounds like a fair deal to me. Good morning, guys. It is now the next day. So Lloyd has finished putting the architrave on in this area. Oh my God, I'm on the tripod. So is this gonna work? Yes. As you can see, we've got some clamps on it because we did a bit of a rookie error and didn't check the architrave before cutting it and applying it, but actually the piece of wood was really bowed and not straight. So yeah. We had to improvise. By the time we'd stuck it on and pinned it, it was literally like the gap was massive. Sorry, I didn't film it because it was stressful. But we've got the clamps on now and hopefully it should be fine when I take these off. So as I explained the other day, I'm going to be plastering this wall kind of above this door here and then this one, which is got the pocket door in it. So it's not actually that much, but it's a little bit fiddly. I've got a few bits that I need to mask up. I'm going to completely mask up the doors because I'm really paranoid about getting plaster on the doors. This door here, this one's been oiled, so I'm not too worried about that one. But the pocket door still hasn't been oiled. And the logical thing would be to oil the door first, but it actually takes a really long time. And it's kind of like, it's not that messy of a task. So I would rather do that when I've got a bit more time. I'd rather get the dirty plastering job out of the way first, long story short. So that's what's going to go on next. We're going to mask everything up. We're going to trim any expanding foam, add a little bit more scrim tape to the area, then mix up the first batch of plaster. So let's go. So the wall is now all trimmed from expanding foam, scrimmed up the corner there. Now it's time to mix. Just realised that Lloyd had the drill with him in his work span and he's in work at the moment. So luckily our next door neighbour has lent me his drill. So that is brilliant. Thanks, Di. Let's get mixing. This plastering did not go to plan, guys. You can see me there mixing my bucket within another bucket because there was a hole in it, so the water was leaking. So obviously the mixture was losing moisture. I really can't say that this is my best work. Hi guys, it is Monday now. The last time I saw you was Friday afternoon when I was plastering, and I have to say it did not go to plan. Basically, this is hilarious, but I had a hole in my bucket. Had a hole in the bucket, had a crack in it. And because the crack was in the bucket, the water was obviously seeping out of the bucket. I noticed this, so I tried to do a little repair on the bucket. Some duct tape, which it stopped the flow of water, but it didn't completely stop it. And obviously as I mixed the plaster, I continued to mix the plaster in the bucket, which was the bad decision really. The moisture was seeping out of the bottom of the bucket, so the mixture was going off faster than usual. Plus it was just really awkward to plaster. So not my finest work. I actually would say it's probably some of the worst plastering I've ever done, but it's fine. We can't win them all, and these things happen. So let me show you. Obviously still drying out a little bit at the minute, but you can see we've got lots of little trowel marks and things. So I'm gonna have to fill a lot of these and just some rough, oh, that is actually quite smooth, but a few rough patches like this. So it's going to need a bit of work. I'm going to have to put bits of filler in it and sand it back a bit, but it's not the end of the world. Like I say, we can get there.
I got some Signet Smart Mix and I'm going to make a start and just fill in some of these imperfections. It's a fine filler, I think. What does it say? It's a ready mixed air drying compound for plasterboard joints. We'd usually use this for tape and jointing, I believe, like we done on the ceiling, but it's very good for filling and sanding because it's really smooth. So I'm going to make a start on this and then I'm going to light the fire because it's cold.
So Lloyd has just put a lot of Signet, not a little bit, a lot of Signet on my terrible plastering. What the idea is with this is that this will kind of dry, it'll go off, and then you can kind of see here, it's not quite gone off yet, but we'll be able to sand that back and it'll be really smooth, hopefully. But it's just a really fine filler, so it's great for sort of imperfections like this. But it is very, very messy, so it's worth getting a sander with a vacuum attachment if you are going to do this, but usually it's not this extreme. It's just because of the state of the plaster on this wall, but I think it's important to show when it doesn't go right as well, because that's realistic, and I think you shouldn't be too disheartened when things don't quite go to plan like this. So Lloyd's done that after he's finished work, and we're going to wait for that to go off. Don't know if it's going to go off tonight. He's also caulked all of the corners here, as well as the gap to the ceiling to the wall. So what we'll do once that's dry is we'll sand it back a little bit and then we'll put a mist coat on. And then when you put the mist coat on, it really highlights the imperfections even more. So if there's any further Signet needed, we can do that then. Good morning, guys. It is now the next day and Lloyd has put a load of Signet on here, which is dry. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to lightly sand all of this back so that when he gets back later, he can do a mist coat on here. So what it does when you put the mist coat over the top of the bare plaster and the combination of Signet is it highlights any imperfections both ways. So either some hollows that you've missed some filler in, like I would imagine just there, that's going to show up. But also it will highlight areas that you haven't sanded back enough. So there's too much filler on there and you're going to get like a bit of a crater, if that makes sense. So I'm going to lightly sand all of this now and then we'll do a mist coat later and we'll go from there. So Lloyd has masked up all of the edges of the jam kit and now he's going to put a bit of mist coat on. We're going to test out our new paint pad, which is going to be really good for going into the corners. See how it goes.
Give it a try, is it?
Let's give it a try. Let me do some.
This is a mist coat as well before.
Yeah, so just the mist coat. We're testing out our new tool. More for kind of like going up to the edge of skirting board and stuff, I think. So you can get a really tidy finish and you don't have to mask things. Obviously a little bit more difficult with a runny mist coat. What's your first impressions?
It's not spray, is it?
No, mist coat can be really bad for spray. Time lapse for the rest then,
guys. It does work in the corner, actually.
Yeah. So the mist coat is on, first coat of mist coat. As you can see, this will dry out now and it'll kind of highlight any imperfections, but you can see how much better the wall looks already. Yeah, here's an example of an imperfection just there. Needs a bit more filler. But you can see it kind of looks a lot better already, like there, that hasn't been sanded enough. So we'll see how it goes. So guys, it is now time for the final reveal of the WC room because it is complete. It has been second fixed and we have a few little accessories to add. We do need to add a toilet roll holder, a towel holder, that kind of thing, but the main bulk of the work is done. We got all of our bathroom furniture from Bathroom Mountain, so I'll leave the links to every product in the description below. So get ready for the grand reveal of our WC room. That is the end of today's episode and the end of the WC series for now. I hope you all have enjoyed coming along with us on this process. We will still be uploading every single week, every single Wednesday, so don't worry about that. Please make sure to like the video if you enjoyed it and make sure to subscribe if you don't want to miss any of our next episodes. The next project that we're going to be focusing on is getting this house ready for Christmas. So me and Lloyd are hosting Christmas this year and our family is staying over with us. We're going to be getting our existing spare bedroom ready and we're also going to be preparing a second spare bedroom for my granddad to stay over in as well. So that's going to be quite the task because at the moment you will have seen that video today where Lloyd was cutting the architrave. So it's going to be a process. We've also got a lot of work to do in clearing the hallway and that kind of thing. So please do stick around. I'd love for you to join us on the next journey and I'll see you next week. Bye.